How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quentin's in the Gun Guide. Today we are having a chat about magnetic mounts and sales. So you really want to stay tuned for a specific flashlight sale. So let's talk about a sale first, specifically the one from Torch SA. So all the flashlights here, some I've done reviews on, like the Emerald LD70. This Emerald I still need to do a review on. I am busy testing it now. And then the Brinyte as well. You can get the Trustfire MC3 that I did a review on. The PowerTac Valor that I did a review on as well. That should be dropping soon as well. Basically right after this video. And the Brinyte PT18Pro, which is probably one of the best flashlights that I've ever, well, not probably, definitely, one of the best flashlights that I've ever owned, but I'll get to this mount next. So all of these flashlights and across their whole store, they are giving you a less 35% on all products. Now that is insanity. That's even better than their special that they had for Black Friday. Black Friday, they had designated flashlights that went for a very good price, around about 30 to 35% discount. This is 35% across board everywhere. So, of course, there's global pandemic, but everyone in a hard financial time. So this is a really good time to help you guys out. So this gives you quality gear at very, very reduced prices. So shop responsibly. But also keep in mind that these prices you probably won't get anytime soon again. Well, with the rand dollar not being like it should, and their prices probably going up next year, probably. I'm not too sure. So these prices you're probably not going to get again. So if you are looking for a new EDC flashlight or a new tactical flashlight, then now's definitely the time to have a look at it. Less 35%, that's mind-blowing. I don't know how these guys are making money. So Torch SA, that's an absolutely brilliant special. If you like to help the channel out, please use the affiliate link. That should be in the comment section or in the description of the video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the sale. I definitely will have a look at some other things that I need on their website. So enjoy, guys. The second part of my video. So if you watched my review on the Brinyte PT18Pro, I did a two-part review. The one was just using this as a flashlight, probably not an EDC flashlight, because it is a bit bulky, but you can quite easily. So I did carry this for a couple of days as well, and then I tested it properly. Did a review on the flashlight. Next, I did a review as a weapon mounted light, or a weapon light in the part 2 review. I used it with a pistol, I used it with a magnetic mount, this specific one, and then I used it with a clamp on mount onto my Picatinny that I've got on my AR. So if you haven't seen that video yet, please check out. The link should be popping up on top of the video. So this is a follow-up video to that one. So what happened is I actually got a failure on this mount. So as I stated in the video, I like to show you guys when gear fails. So push gear until it fails. If it doesn't, that's absolutely awesome. But if you find a failure point, I'm going to be honest about it, which I was. So what happened is Henry actually suggested that I put this flashlight directly below the barrel. Because of the way that the rifle moves during recoil, it moves basically straight back and then slightly upwards. So if you have this mounted slightly to the side, what's going to happen is that inertia is probably going to pull this flashlight down, and then it's going to have a harder time holding on to the barrel like it actually should. So I revisited this test with the new recommendation in mind. So what I did is I put this directly underneath the barrel to see what's going to happen if I do that, and if it's going to maintain its position. So let's check that out now. So as you can see, it didn't pass that test. So it actually failed again on the shotgun. But what I did now is I upped the ante. As you saw on my part 2 review, I tested this up until the 260 Remington. So that's about average recoil, not too bad, not too serious. What I did is I put this onto my 375 Ruger, my hunting rifle. That's got quite a bit more of a kick. So I wanted to test that with the shotgun as well, and to see the difference in recoil, not just the recoil that I experienced on the rifle, but then 2 of my friends as well. So what I did is I got a friend that's built a bit smaller than me, a bit shorter, less experienced with rifles. So he's not going to be as position orientated like he should be. So I did give him a quick coaching beforehand, but I basically left him to stand how he wanted. And then a friend of mine, a lady friend of mine, which I actually used her farm to shoot on. Thank you so much for that, Lazan. And then she used this flashlight on the 375 as well. So I wanted to see how this flashlight maintains position with this mount on different people receiving recoil. So everyone receives it differently or handles it differently. Let's say handled. So what happened is that, well, let's wait. Check out the footage first. So that's interesting results. So you saw all 3 of us shooting the same rifle with the same mount and getting different results. So that was interesting, and it actually bothered me quite a bit. So the only thing that I can think of is that these magnets have more metal to bite onto with the 375 Ruger. Because the barrel is thicker, what happens is that a shotgun is actually a very thin barrel. It's basically just a pipe, where a rifle that size actually has quite a bit more of a thicker barrel to it, probably more metal. So I think that might be an effect, just more of a reaction for the magnet to hold onto. Another thing is that, as you saw, basically I absorbed the recoil a bit better than the other 2 did. So after me, it's probably Liza Ann that took the recoil next best. So with me, the torch basically stood where it was mounted. It just stood still. With Liza Ann, there was a bit of rotation on the barrel. And then after that, it was Armand that took a bit more strain taking the recoil, which means that the firearm actually moved more, make it more difficult for the flashlight to hold its position. So what I think is, I actually had a chat with Henry about this as well, is that there's a different mount for this flashlight as well that has bigger magnets. So I think the main problem isn't the mount, but I think it's the mount flashlight combination. I think that this is just too heavy of a flashlight to maintain its position with this magnet under a lot of recoil. So remember, shotgun has a sharp recoil, and the 375 Ruger as well. So if there's going to be a failure, it's going to be with those rifles. Keep in mind that this held on perfectly on the previous test up until 260 Remington. So with recoil less than the 375, this is probably going to hold on with no problem. But I want to test it up until that failure point. So I think the smaller brother to this is the PT18Pro. The smaller brother to this one is PT18Pro Oathkeeper. So I think that's going to be basically the best option to mount with this magnet on heavier recoil rifles. I think that's going to be a better combination than these 2 on heavier recoil rifles. Remember that the less recoil rifles, this is still a perfect combination. So I'm keen to test out the next mount that's going to hold this on tighter, and maybe test this with a PT18Pro that I'm sure is going to pass the test with flying colors. So that's my 2 cents on the mount. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the revisit. I probably will use my 2 friends again for future tests with these mounts, just to have other people taking recoil as well, having other options. So remember that Christmas sale, I think there's quite a few bargains, and less 35% is insanity. So enjoy your shopping, shop responsibly, don't spend money that you don't have, and have an awesome festive season. Cheers guys, see you later.